In 1896, Plessy versus Ferguson established the principle of separate but equal. Segregation was a time period when races were separate and blacks were treated unfairly. Blacks had to drink from the colored fountains, and Rosa Parks was arrested for sitting in the white-only section of the public bus. Many blacks were spat on, attacked by dogs, and sprayed with water hoses because whites resisted the end of segregation. Thurgood Marshall argues the Brown versus Board of Education Supreme Court case in 1954. This case ruled that the segregation of public schools was illegal. Many white officials often tried to prevent African American children from entering all white schools. Many whites yelled "lynch her" at Elizabeth Eckford when she attempted to integrate a high school. In many cases, integration came after it was ordered by a federal court and facilitated by federal marshals. Ruby Bridges attended a segregated school and scored very well on her tests. The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, commonly known as the NAACP, encouraged her parents to allow little Ruby to integrate New Orleans public schools.
Ruby's shoes would take her miles to school every day, where the white people hated her. They'd scream in old signs and tell her to go away. But Ruby's will was stronger than the biggest what the signs could ever know. She stopped every morning on the corner and prayed that someday the pain would go and she'd stop and she'd pray that all the hatred would go away. She was only 6 years old, but she knew. Walk a mile in Ruby's shoes. Ruby sat alone in the classroom. She never dreamed the other children would come. Well, they hated her for the color of her skin. Well, the color is such an amazing illusion. She'd stop and she'd pray that all the hatred would go away. She was only 6 years old, but she knew. Walk a mile in Ruby's shoes. Ruby knew about Dorothy and the Ruby shoes that she wore. She wondered about us sometimes. Well, no other child ever walked her shoes before, and she'd stop and she'd pray that all the hatred would go away. She was only 6 years old, but she knew. Walk a mile in Ruby's shoes. Ruby, if birds can always fly, why can't you and I?
Even though she may have not known it, Ruby clearly was an important person in history. She was symbolic. She became somebody that affected change. She helped make a change for all of society. This small girl played a big part in the civil rights movement.
Ruby's shoes would take her miles to go to school every day, where the white people hate they'd scream and out signs and tell her to go away, and she'd stop and she'd pray that all the hatred would go away. She'd stop and she'd pray that all the children would be raised this way.
Martin Luther King once stated, "When the history books are written in the future, somebody will have to say there lived a race of people, black people, who had the moral courage to stand up for their rights." Ruby stood up. Her courageous actions as a little girl not only desegregated public schools in the South, but led to an integrated society. Ruby's legacy proves that one person can make a difference.